Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and today I'm going to bring you guys a review of the Aqara FP300 battery-powered presence sensor. Now, if you've seen my comparison video comparing the battery-powered presence sensors that have recently come out from SwitchBot, Aqara and Meros, you'll know that the FP300 I'm going to review in this video is my favourite, although it is the most expensive at around £50. It's also worth noting that if you want to maximise battery life out of it and get around 3 years, you are going to need to run it in Zigbee mode. That means you're going to need some kind of Aqara hub to go with it. Now these do start at just £20, so it's not a big expense, although the £20 one is only compatible with Aqara Zigbee devices. If you want to max out, I'd use something like the Aqara M3 hub, which costs just under £100, but you can also plug it in via Ethernet for higher reliability. That's what I've been using this with. Of course, if you do want to run it in Matter mode, you don't need any kind of extra hub. And whilst it is the most expensive battery-powered presence sensor out of the three I compared, it's also the one that has the most features. So let's dive straight into spec. So this has a 120-degree field of view. Alongside that, it has a detection range of up to 6 meters. Now this can detect presence and not just motion thanks to the built-in mmWave sensor. This operates at 60 GHz. Alongside that, to help this be even more reliable, there's also an infrared PIR sensor built in as well. That basically means you can be sat still on the sofa and it'll still know that you're there. It also has AI spatial learning built in, which you can run to help it understand the space that it's in much better. In testing it, I've actually found that it's pretty good at not detecting the wrong things. So for example, I found that the cats don't set it off unless they're on the kitchen worktop, but actually a cat on the floor doesn't set it off at all. If you've got cats, you'll know that whilst a cat on the kitchen worktop isn't the ideal scenario, you do try and discourage it, and usually fail. The sensor doesn't just have presence sensors, however, it also has a light, temperature and humidity sensor built in. This is great, and all of these sensors get exposed to Apple Home. And as I said, this sensor is both Zigbee and Matter compatible, and you choose which mode you want it in when you first set it up. If you do already have an Aqara hub or want to spend the money on one to start with, I do recommend using it in Zigbee mode. It still gets exposed to Apple Home because that hub is Apple Home compatible, but it means you get extra battery life out of it. And as I said, this device is battery powered, which means there are no wires. This makes it much easier to mount it wherever you want. So you can mount it in a corner, on a wall or on the ceiling. I've had mine mounted on the ceiling. Inside there are two CR2450 batteries. In Matter over Thread mode you'll get 2 years out of these, and in Zigbee mode you'll get 3. In using it for about 1.5 months, I've found that it's still on 100%, so I expect the battery life is going to be about right. You can also get more out of a battery by disabling sensors in Zigbee mode. Whilst this is a nice option, I think to get the most out of this you're not going to want to do that. You can also improve battery life by changing how often the sensors update. These settings are all within the Aqara app. The Matter and Zigbee compatibility means that it's compatible with Apple Home, Google Home, Amazon Alexa, Home Assistant and SmartThings. Basically anything that works with Matter, this will work with. In Zigbee mode, if your Aqara hub is already set up in Apple Home, the device will just appear. For that reason, if you are setting up multiple ones of these, I recommend going into Apple Home and naming them in between setting each one up. In Zigbee mode, you can also change the detection mode and adjust and tweak the absence and delay timings, plus see temperature and humidity reports. On the device itself, you can actually angle it, although this isn't as flexible as Aqara's wired sensors. That means some people have been 3D printing things to help get more out of it if you mount it in a corner. When it comes to mounting it, it comes with a metal plate which is magnetic. That makes it really easy to remove the device from the mount. You can either screw that magnetic plate to the wall or ceiling wherever you want it, or just use the included sticky pad. Now the FP300, unlike the Meros and SwitchBot ones, has no IP rating. That means whilst it can operate in up to 90 degrees humidity, it's not recommended for a damp place like a bathroom. This leads us on nicely to talk about design. So the design of this is fully rounded and white. And generally it's pretty small. And actually the size of the box really did surprise me. The design means it looks great against white backdrops in particular. So for example, if you do ceiling mount it like I have. So let's move on to installation. So installation is really easy. You'll remove the battery tab from the device and open the Aqara app. If you don't already have an account, you'll need to set one up, and then you just hit the plus in the top. Now sometimes it will just find the device, other times you'll need to scan the QR code on it. You'll then choose whether you want it in Thread or Zigbee mode. From then on you can follow the steps to add it to your Aqara hub, and also add it to other third-party services if you want to. As I said, in Zigbee mode it just appears if your hub is already paired with something like Apple Home. Then you can mount it, there's no extra calibration required. One thing you might want to do, however, is tweak a few settings. And as I said, you can tweak more settings in Zigbee mode, and this is all done via the Aqara app. That includes tweaking some settings around sensitivity, but you can also run an AI learning mode where it can learn your space when it's empty. Some of these options do require you to press a button on the device itself, so it can do it locally. That means you can't tweak all of the settings remotely. But setup and installation is super easy. So let's talk about using it. And that's what I've been doing. I've been using it in my kitchen alongside my Govee ceiling light. That's because in the Aqara app you can add third-party Matter services, but of course you can also use this and set up automations in Apple Home as well. This is a great thing about Matter and things like Apple Home compatibility because you can bring all of your devices into one place. And I've basically had two automations set up, one for absence and one for presence. Now initially these were set up in Apple Home, but I have since moved them into the Aqara app. That's because Aqara's automations do give you a little bit more flexibility. For example, with a presence sensor in a room like a kitchen, you don't just want to turn the light on when presence is detected, you want to turn the light on if presence is detected and it's dull enough to require you to have a light on. Now in Apple Home you can do this by running an automation that checks for presence. You then convert that into a Zigbee shortcut where you check the light level before turning on the light. I've talked about this on this channel before, I've set up automations in my home that run like this and they do work really well. However, in the Aqara app, setting up something like this is really easy because it's all on that one screen. You can have your initial trigger and then you can have additional checks to look at. You also have the option in the Aqara app of checking if absence has happened for a certain amount of time. Maybe you don't want to turn it off straight away, but you want to wait for a minute first. Now you can do this in Apple Home as well by converting to a shortcut, running a delay and then checking for presence again. It is however much easier in the Aqara app. You can also tie in geofencing, so maybe you only wanted to run if someone is home so a pet couldn't set it off. Although in testing these I found that pets don't seem to set them off. Whether automations have been set up in the Aqara app or the Apple Home app, I found that both are really reliable and work well every single time. Ones in the Aqara app may be run marginally quicker, but really nothing to notice. Either way, they run within about a second of detecting presence. In using the FP300, I found that the sensor has not gone offline once, which is fantastic. I've also found that the temperature and humidity sensors built on are really nice to have. And if you use something like Aqara radiator valves, you can actually use the FP300 temperature sensor as the source of heat for that radiator valve. That helps you get more accurate readings for your TRV because often having a temperature sensor right next to your radiator isn't a great idea. I've got a whole video coming out soon about how I set up my entire smart home heating using Aqara devices, and I'll put a link to that below when it comes out, but if you want to see it first, make sure you subscribe. But are there any downsides? And honestly, the only real thing is to say that the higher price point does make this more of a consideration. I could also say that if you run it in Matter mode, 2 years battery life isn't as good as a SwitchBot or the mmWave one, but it does have more sensors built in. And if you run it in Zigbee mode, you do get up to 3 years. And in all honesty, having to change batteries every 2 years isn't much at all, and the magnetic plate makes it really easy to remove when you need to. So what's the verdict on Aqara's FP300? And I said it at the start, I said it in my comparison video, and I'll say it again. This is my favourite battery-powered presence sensor. It's reliable, it's packed with sensors, automations run well every time, and you've got the option to run it in Zigbee or Matter mode. I do think it's best in Zigbee mode because you've got some extra settings, but it is still a fantastic little device. It's also worth noting that despite Aqara sending me this to use ahead of the official release, I have since purchased 2 more. If you do want to pick one up, I'll put a link below. That will go to Amazon in whichever country you're in. That's an affiliate link, so if you use that link and make a purchase, thank you very much because that just helps this channel out. This isn't my full-time job, I don't take sponsored videos, so if you make a purchase using that link, that really does help me out, so thank you very much. If you've got any questions, stick them below and I'll try and help you out as well. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again soon.